Good morning, everyone. Today's main focus is going to be on the sedum. This is autumn Joy Sedum. I also have a different variety, but I don't have the tag for it. So it's just a different variety, but it is actually an early bloomer and it's actually already turned. But this is the autumn Joy and I made a little hedge of it. It's beautiful. Let me turn you around. So this is the hedge of sedum that I planted. This is the second year it's in the ground and it's doing great. I wasn't sure if I'm going to love it because last year it flopped quite a bit due to the rain and a lot of moisture that we had. But this year it didn't rain as much and you can see it's holding up on its own. Look at that. And this is just the beginning stages of it. You can see it's about 18 inches tall, 15 inches wide, and it could go a little bit bigger, but I am actually loving the size. And most of them, you can see, is still in this lime green color, but you can see this hint of beautiful pink color to it. And then this one over here has already turned. Look at that butterfly. Look how it's moving its wing forward and backward. That is such a small butterfly. Try to zoom in on him without shaking this camera. Look at how dainty he looks. Okay, I'm gonna have to zoom out. He's really little. But that's just one little sedum head there. And you can see the pollinators are loving it. Got bees over here. And this is just a grouping of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. Some more. But it's just so beautiful and so unique when everything is starting to die off in the garden. And you can definitely tell that fall is just right around the corner. So this is what they look like now. And I do have this one over here that's planted on its own. Look at how many like branches, I'm not sure what you call them, sticks, that it threw off. So this is just one plant. Look at it. It's massive. And this one looks like it's turning even quicker than the other hedge over there. Let's see if I can catch this butterfly for you. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm not making you guys dizzy by how fast I'm zooming in and out. So this one over here is doing really good too. It looks like the center is almost starting to flop though. I think I've been watering it too much. There was a period of where it didn't rain for like 3 weeks and I had to come in and supplement water. So it's been doing good, but you can see when they don't flop, they're very sturdy. The stem itself is really sturdy and they're very healthy looking. There is one in here that did flop though. This one over here, you can tell. So this is what happened when it flops. Literally, it'll fall over. It's getting too much moisture. And it'll break off too. This one is still doing good. I could go in and break it off and then just propagate that by cutting. They do propagate really easily by cutting, but see, it's still connected over here. And it looks like this one was probably from last year when I pruned it back. You can go in there. So when it flops like this, you're going to see a hole, and it's not very pretty when it flops. So like these ones over here, they don't flop at all, so it looks really nice, very formal in the garden. I think I'm going to propagate more and see if I can grow more in the garden since I'll have more areas to propagate. But this is my sea of sedum. I'm really enjoying it. Another one I have is over here. Here's another sedum over here. So since they flopped quite a bit last year, I think I took quite a bit of cuttings and just stuck them in the ground. Look at this guy over here. Oh, he's kind of scary looking. He's like all black and monstrous compared to that hornist over there. So this one over here is doing great too. So big and massive. And I've got a couple more over here in this flower garden. There is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So they're doing good. They're loving this garden. It's definitely drier. Over here, I had a Granny Smith apple tree, and the dogs love to get into my apples, and they grab them, and I let them eat it. It's probably a bad habit because now all of my fruit trees are being eaten by them. This is another sedum. You see it's more smaller in stature. I do not know the name or the variety of it, but you can see the color has already turned. This one is really amazing because if you look at it, you can see all different kinds of color on it, starting from just new growth here, where the flowers are coming out, to when they're like in its prime and blooming. Look at this one right here. So you can go all stages of the flower. So pretty. Pollinators are still loving it. Look at these little tiny bees, flies. To look at this beautiful color. They remind me of little rosebuds that haven't opened up. And then when they open up, this is what they look like. Look at all those tiny little detailing of the flowers. Isn't that amazing? So you get all different kinds of color on this one. So this one is really pretty. Now it's right underneath the water fountain, not water fountain, the bird bath that I have here for the insects and birds. So it does get a little bit more moisture, and you can see it's kind of floppy. I had to cut some back because they were flopping really bad. But they're really floppy. But isn't that pretty? The sedum right now is just doing an amazing thing in the garden, giving off all of its flowers and unique look. And this one you can almost cut and use this as a centerpiece, just the way they are. Look at how beautiful that is. And he hasn't turned yet, so you get this in this stage. And then later on, when it turns, then you get a different color in the sedum. So that's what's growing in my garden, everybody. I hope your garden is doing great and giving you lots of colors and love. Look at this salvia. I'm sorry, all I hear is bumblebees. They're everywhere. Isn't that pretty? But yes, anyways, before I get sidetracked, that's what's growing in the garden. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.